Holy crap. The new 28 Years Later movie has dropped. I watched it, and very rarely do I clap at the end of a film now. Most films just don't make me feel the need to do that, but this film was firing on all cylinders, and I need to talk about it. Especially the freaking ending of this movie. A big fan of this franchise. Obviously, the first movie's an instant classic. I actually think the second movie is underrated. I actually really like the second movie despite it being non-canon and people thinking it's the worst in the series. The movie that came out last year, I have a mixed opinion on it. I like the first half of the movie a lot. The second half, tonal inconsistencies. It kind of just wasn't what I was expecting from the trailer. The teaser trailer for this is one of the best I've ever seen, but the movie kind of fell flat in a lot of ways. It's a different kind of movie. I think they were going for something very different, but as a film itself, kind of had a lot of issues. This movie, there are some sequels, man, where they pick up right where the first one left off and they do it so much better. Everything about it is instantly better. I knew from the opening scene of this film this was going to be a better movie than the first. I've seen critics saying, oh, I like it a little bit more than the first movie. It's way better! Apparently the person who directed this is the same person who directed the Marvels. I don't know what the hell happened. She either just became a god or the writing was the difference, which I think is the case here. Apparently the script for that was very disjointed and destroyed by the executives. This is what happens when you have a good script. You can be the best director ever and still fail miserably. But this shit, I trust her as a director. She was great, and the writing for this was on point. Like I said, from the opening scene, which is brutal as fuck, by the way, I knew this was going to be better. This movie goes from having the most brutal scenes ever to the most heartfelt scenes and kind of funny scenes in neck break speed. And the tone is still pretty good throughout the film. This dude's ordering mass executions and the alpha zombies ripping off people's heads, and then we cut to scenes of Ralph Fiennes vibing and dancing to the best music playlist in a film of recent memory, by the way. I'm telling you, bro, the music that Ralph Fiennes was vibing to and playing, amazing. This movie is a tale of two characters. It's Ralph Fiennes, okay, going on a journey to find a scientific breakthrough, and this dude and a gang of vicious psychopaths murdering people left and right, and their two journeys intersecting. Now Spike is thrown in the middle of it. Now this movie, I don't even consider Spike the protagonist of this film, because he's not. It's Ralph Fiennes. Spike he's not thrown to the sidelines because he still has a lot to do in the film, but he's not as prominent in this as the first movie. And a lot of people might like that because a lot of people didn't like this character in the first movie. But this guy right here is Satan. He is like what happens when Jimmy Savile, a random priest, and Judge Holden form into one abomination. That's this character. He is a psychopath who leads a gang of vicious psychopaths. These people torment, brutally kill people, and the movie does not shy away from showing you the violence. That barn scene, if you know, you know. I ain't gonna spoil it. This part of the video is reserved for just a movie review. I'm going into spoilers in a bit. Remember, at the end of last movie when they show up, it's like Power Rangers, right? They're just flipping around, doing gymnastics, music is hitting, they're all funny and goofy. They don't give a fuck. In this movie, they are like the Joker, except there's no laughs here. It's just brutal. Ralph Fiennes is doing classical Pavlovian conditioning on an alpha zombie, trying to figure out if he can have a breakthrough with him. It's some of the coolest stuff from the film. My favorite stuff of the film is with the Jimmies, but some of this stuff, it's advancing the story of 28 years later, the story of 28 days later, and the lore behind the rage virus as well. There's a lot of cock in this, by the way. There's a lot of dick. The alpha zombie's penis and balls are in your face every 2 seconds. If you guys had a problem with that in the first movie, trust me, his balls are on full display in this film, and so are Ralph Fiennes, by the way. I'm telling you, the writers and producers of this film are like horny as hell. They wanted these two butt naked for large portions of the film. I'm gonna make it very clear. If you're going into this film, this is not, oh, zombies chase you for 2 hours kind of film. This is not that. This is not like the first half of the first movie. This has zombies in it, and there are some zombie chase sequences, but this is not about the rage virus, really. It does advance on that plot, but you're not going to see a lot of sequences like this. The humans are the villains of this, and if you don't want to see it, if you just want to see zombies chase people, this is not your kind of film. This is about two people who are vastly different personalities and their ideologies clashing, and it is fucking interesting as hell. I love it. And the final act, you think you know what's happening in this scene. In this scene, you will never guess what's happening in this sequence. The final act is batshit insane, and I loved every second of it. Every fucking second. I did not expect it to go the places it did, but when it did, it's the perfect mixture of brutality, laughter, and anger, and just fear that you have in a film. It's one of the best third acts I've seen in recent memory. Okay, I do have some problems with the film, which I'm going to get to later, but I would highly, highly recommend this film. And the final 5 minutes of this film are a treat. Okay? They're a treat. There's a special surprise there. I would say that this is one of the best January films I've ever seen, because January is like the dumpster fire for movies. That's where studios send movies to hell, basically. Movies that they don't care about and are ashamed of. Go to performances. I'm telling you, bro, this guy played the villain in Sinners. He's on a generational run for villainy right now, and he needs to play something. This guy could play the fucking Joker. And Ralph Fiennes is Ralph Fiennes. I'm telling you, bro, at some point, Ralph Fiennes just needs another Oscar. He's so good. They're so good, and their scenes together are so good that the highlight of the movie, they carried it. Watch it just for his performance. Now we're getting into spoiler talk, okay? So, the Jimmies, I didn't know this about them. I thought they were like this weirdo, aggressive Christian cult of assassins. No. They are a satanic cult who worship the devil and kill and skin entire families. That's what they are. That's what they do in this film. And Spike is thrown in the middle. Spike has to watch this shit. He's thrown in the middle of this gang. Spike has to fight somebody to the death in the very opening scene of the film, so he can prove his worth as a finger of the fist of the Jimmies. She is another character who is also kind of seeing that this cult leader, Jimmy, may be lying to them and maybe tricking them for his own selfish gain. So there is character development among the Jimmy gang. But there's a scene in a barn, man, where they skin this entire family alive, and there's a fight to the death that happens, and it's brutal. Every slice of skin, the camera just focuses on it. It's an extended scene of just violence and torture, and a lot of people are going to be turned off by this and find it gratuitous. I didn't, because this movie is very much about this. It's about people like this. It's about kind of the nature of evil in a world like this. They didn't shy away from showing you how these people really are. This is as close as you're going to get to seeing some Blood Meridian shit happen, man. Especially in a zombie film. And they don't... And when I mean Blood Meridian, I'm telling you, bro, this is some Judge Holden shit. They don't care about skinning, torturing, molesting, killing babies. They'll do it all. They don't kill a baby, this, to be clear. But from things that are said, they indicate that they would be perfectly fine with ripping a baby out of a pregnant woman's stomach and killing it. Okay? But they worship the devil. I didn't expect this. When I saw them at the end of that film, I thought they were like just extremist Christian terrorists or some shit like that, right? Just killing zombies, hunting zombies. No, they're literally a satanic cult that just murders innocent people and carves their names in them and skins them alive. They're fucking brutal. This character, they delve into this character's backstory, and it's very interesting. You remember that opening scene in the first 28 Years Later movie that came out last year, where the priest or whatever, the father in that church, he let the zombie horde come and take over and kill everyone, right? Well, his son has that imprinted into his mind, thinking that his dad is actually the devil who let demons come and take over everyone, and he now worships Satan, who he thinks is his daddy as a result of it, and wants his cult to believe he is the son of Satan. This guy was his dad. And now they believe that Ralph Fiennes, because he looks red because of the iodine on his skin, and that he has a temple of bones, they see this red figure in this castle of bones. They're like, this guy is Satan. He's actually the devil. We gotta meet him. We gotta get the answers to our existence with him. Jimmy is kind of in a situation where his cult believes that this guy's the devil. So Jimmy needs to go to Ralph Fiennes and say, yo, listen, my guys think that you're Satan, Lucifer. I need you to pretend to be that and tell them, command them to follow me. Otherwise, I'm gonna kill you, bro. I'm gonna kill you. And when they first meet, it's my favorite scene of the movie. The dialogue is amazing. The acting is so good. This is the first time Jimmy is shook in the entire film. This psychopath sees this bone temple, sees this red dude. He's like, dude, you might actually be the fucking devil. And Ralph Fiennes is like this atheist scientist. It's like two different worldviews colliding, Satanism and science. In the final act, Ralph Fiennes pulls out all the stops to convince the cult, yeah, I'm the devil. Plays the Iron Maiden number of the Beast, starts dancing and slithering around like a demonic serpent and shit, paints himself and all that. It's so funny, bro, and so good. He puffs like salt drug or something in their eyes that makes them hallucinate. When I saw this shot in the trailer, I was like, bro, is that Ralph Fiennes' character turning into a zombie? Why would they spoil that in the trailer? They just spoiled the ending of the movie. But no, you'll never guess what the scene is. It's literally him pretending to be Lucifer for this cult. He's completely okay with telling the cult as Lucifer, he said, you will follow Jimmy. He is your guy. He's the prophet. He's my son. But then he sees Spike in the cult, in this group. He sees Spike, this innocent boy that he met in the first movie. And this is why the first movie is actually important and is kind of made better by the sequel. As soon as he sees Spike, he's like, oh shit, I can't let this happen. I can't let these guys go. Spike's entire life is about to be ruined. So he commands the cult as the devil. Remember, he's playing the devil. He commands the cult, crucify him, my son. Crucify him on the reverse cross. And that's where shit just hits a boiling point. And Jimmy stabs Ralph Fiennes, and then the entire thing goes to shit. Now, the other side of this is the rage virus stuff. Ralph Fiennes low-key kind of is a beast. He finds a cure. So, kind of. So through a series of Pavlovian classical conditioning and drug therapy, he's able to kind of strike a balance and a friendly kinship with this alpha. A lot of people might not like this part of the story because a lot of people might say, oh, this is retconning the rage virus and all that, but Ralph Fiennes has a theory. The rage virus might cover the mind with psychosis because it is an infection of the mind more so than anything. Psychosis can be cured. I can cure this dude medicinally and also get him stable with classical conditioning, feed him the right drugs and all that, to the point where I can make him remember memories and make him come back to his normal self. It kind of does make a little bit of sense because the rage virus is that it infects the brain. This is not like a zombie virus. It's not the undead. It's literally a fog of insanity covering your brain, and if you can remove that, you can bring some semblance of humanity back. And there's a scene on a train where this dude remembers full-on human memory, and his humanity's coming back, and all the zombies are looking at him as like, you're no longer one of us, and they attack him, and there's this brutal beatdown where he starts ripping them in half, and they're all trying to kill him and attack him. It's fucking awesome. So basically this alpha, Samson, has the physicality of an alpha zombie, but the mind of a normal human who's also immune to the virus. He gets bitten a bunch by these zombies. Nothing happens because he's immune, right? He has the virus in his system already. So he kind of has the physicality of an alpha, but he has the mind of a human. Kind of OP as fuck, low-key. So a lot of people might hate this, but you gotta remember, this is not an undead virus. This is like a virus of the mind, right? More than anything. That affects the body for sure, and causes mutations, but it starts with the mind. If you can cure that, you're going places. Now the problem is, Ralph Fiennes dies at the end of the film because of Jimmy. The methodology is lost now. That was the one thing. No one knows about this breakthrough. Except for Samson, of course. One of my biggest gripes of the movie is how fast everything went to shit. Like, the Jimmy gang gets dispatched really quickly towards the end. This chick is the most skilled person with a knife. Like, you do not want to be dealing with her to get into this cult. She easily kind of kills most of the cult towards the end. Jimmy gets stabbed by Spike and stuff, and it all just ends really quickly, so it was a bit anticlimactic, I'll be honest. But the main point of progression for this rage virus is now lost with Ralph Fiennes. He's dead now. His character's dead. He knew the breakthrough. No other character in this film knew about this. But the only person that could retain it and bring it back, if he comes back in the next movie, is Samson. If he remembers what was done to him, he can maybe help other characters replicate this. Who knows? And that brings us to the final scene, where I fucking cheered, bro, when I saw this. My boy Cillian Murphy comes back. The final scene, and it's not even done like it's forced in. They actually weave it into the movie well. Him and his daughter are in this house. She's studying for an exam. He's schooling her and stuff. And they see Spike and the cult chick running away from zombies. And the daughter asks him, "Are we gonna help them?" And he's like, "Of course we are." And then the 28 days later music starts playing, and it's badass. It's such a fucking good ending, man. That's how you do a sequel. That's how you do it. I had such a smile on my face through the course of this movie, man. Let's talk about themes here. They've stated, the director stated and the writer stated, this is about the nature of evil, and the next movie is going to be about redemption. I guarantee you the next movie is going to be them finding the cure for the virus. But on the nose, on the surface, this is like religion versus science, right? The science of what Ralph Fiennes is trying to do versus, the Jimmies. But going deeper, this is like two characters trying to find their own forms of meaning in a meaningless world. A completely nihilistic world in Jimmy's case, where everything's gone to shit. We find solace in the devil, and you follow me. It's really, really interesting. Ralph Fiennes is way more empathetic despite being the atheist scientist, right? Honoring the dead with this skeleton tomb, skeleton kingdom, right? But trying to solve a problem using science, but being empathetic while doing it. Versus Jimmy, who's like, you're gonna follow me because I am the son of a god, our god, Satan. But if you fuck up, you're done. And you can be replaced if I need another finger of the hand, another finger of the Jimmys. It's going to be a fight to the death. And we're going to go around skinning people and killing them for charity for Satan, right? It's very interesting. Two different forms of meaning in a meaningless world clashing. I fucking love it, man. 2026 has started off with a bang. I highly recommend this film. If the first movie soured your taste, this movie's much better. If all you want is a zombie movie, like the first one, zombies chasing you, blah, 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 you might be disappointed, but I think the characters here are what carry this film, especially the two ones, the titular characters, Ralph Fiennes and the leading Jimmy. This movie might be going on my favorite movies of 2026 list by the end. It's too early to say, but it's that good. All right? Watch it. Bye. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on a mission to take over Hollywood. But the army must keep growing. If you want to suggest video topics to me, or talk about your favorite movies or favorite film theories in a community with like-minded individuals, join the Zafy Discord now. Link is in the description and the comment section as well. Join us. This movement is just beginning. We're taking over Hollywood, one coke line at a time.